Welcome to VMware KB. This video will take you through the physical to virtual migration of Red Hat Enterprise Linux host using VMware Standalone Converter 5.0. So let's get started. So you can see that VMware Standalone Converter is installed on a local machine and it's already opened. So you click on the convert machine and you select source type. So in this case it's going to be a remote machine. The IP address of the server is and you specify the credentials for the Linux host. See Linux family and you can click on the source details. So it finds out the information about the OS. As you can see, it's Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5.5 with total size of 20 GB and the root and the swap partitions. So I click on next. The IP address of the ESX server, and you can see it here, 1038.19.21. root credentials. Click on next. So you can give it a name, so I'm going to give it as SQL10 Linux. Click on next. So it lists out the different data stores. I'm going to select the P2P data store and you can see the free space. The virtual machine version is going to be default version 8 for Standalone Converter 5.0. Click on next. And you can see that the space it requires, so you can edit the settings here and you can modify the partitions. It shows the partition types, the destination layouts. You can choose between thick and thin, and if it is a thin provisioned array you can click thin provisioned option. You can also modify the network settings, which NIC is going to connect it to the VM network. Post conversion task, you want to leave it at the default. You want to make sure that the host machine is shut down before you power on the host the destination server. And this is the default configuration. The helper VM, it's going to obtain the IP address automatically. So click on next and finish to submit the task. So you can see on the ESXi host that it has already created this VM and the task is showing as running. shows the status as running, and then it shows up the information in the summary screen. So give it a while for it reflects the new status change. So you can see the progress of the source and the destination, and you can see in the task progress it shows the transfer rate, and it also shows what it is actually doing out here. Now the point to be highlighted is that this Linux machine is actually sitting on a virtual infrastructure server. This is actually sitting on vSphere 4.x. So it's actually a virtual to virtual conversion using VMware standalone converter. So this is actually a good example of V2V in progress. Okay, so the installation is finally completed, and as you can see it took 13 minutes for this installation, and now you can go to the server and you can just power on the server to see that so you can see that it has successfully installed. So finally the OS is booted and we just try to log in. Yep, so this is, so we have the file system exactly the same way it was with our source machine with port tab shm, port tab shm. So this completes the V2V, the virtual to virtual migration of Red Hat Enterprise Linux using VMware standalone converter, and thank you for watching this video.